I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki, the area grandfather. And with me is
Michael Brave.
Michael Brave.
Yes, sir.
So how did you meet me, sir?
Okay, I came across your video on YouTube randomly.
Okay.
And the first video just captivated me.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've been addicted.
Addicted?
That's the best word I can use. I've been addicted to your videos.
Wow.
I literally watch them every day.
Wow.
Every day, and I still create time to go out to run my business.
Wow. You said you were a pastor.
Yes, I'm a pastor by calling.
Pastor by calling.
By calling.
So what happened to the pastoral ministry?
Okay.
Don't tell me you are like me.
No. I pastored around in a few churches, few mega churches around, and so when I resigned from those churches, and then I got to start a work. What do you want to call my own ministry? But then I didn't have the patience.
I didn't have patience with
people. I couldn't just have the patience.
I couldn't imagine preaching and somebody is sleeping.
Oh, those are the things, sir. Those are the things, sir. And so I had to shut it down. And twice I started the church and shut it down.
Wow. My own is once.
Twice.
So there's somebody crazier than me.
Twice I shut it down. And so I said, and I also didn't want to live on members' tithe and offering.
Wow. You didn't want to live?
I refused to live on members' tithe and offering.
Members' tithe and offering.
No.
Wow.
And I said, I don't have the time and space for this. And I decided to go into e-hailing business.
E-hailing business?
Yes, sir.
We'll come to that.
Yes, sir.
How did you train yourself and all that? Tell me.
Growing up as a child, my parents were poor. I grew up in the city of Calabar, born and bred in Calabar. I lived in Calabar.
Egatin and all those.
Yeah, Egatin. Calabar precisely. Calabar precisely. In fact, people watching this video would know me very well.
Okay.
Calabar precisely. And so my parents were poor. And so,
are you sure they are poorer than my own?
I will tell you a bit of how poor we were.
At least we can laugh at poverty now.
Oh, my father!
That is the biggest vengeance.
It was so bad that we had to feed from refuse dump.
Oh,
for real! It was so bad that we had to swallow garri from our neighbor's soup odor.
Akute.
Yes, when our neighbor would cook afang or edikanikon. We'll make cold water garri.
A batutu.
And inhale the odor and swallow the garri.
Eshe.
That's how bad it was. It was so bad that I had to be using my school uniform. That was the only clothes I had.
For Sunday service?
Daily life and Sunday service.
Oh.
A blue shirt and a white short sleeve. That blue shirt, my late father patched yellow. Big, so you could sight me from afar.
As a shot of many colors.
Yes, and you would know that is Michael because of the yellow patch. And I'm not even kidding. At age 11, JS1 1990, I literally carved a cardboard paper and hung on my neck and entered the Redeemed Church, and I wrote on it, houseboy for rent.
Houseboy for rent.
And I was done in the drama department. Sunday morning, full church, full to capacity.
They tell me,
I'm not kidding you, sir.
Houseboy for rent.
Houseboy for rent.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't need anybody's permission to do that because things were bad. But then I gave myself over to reading. Reading. I had been a ferocious reader.
Wow.
As a young man, and I'm saying this because of your testimony, sir. As a young man growing up in poverty, I never had a shirt that I bought $250 from Edmund Park. My highest shirt was 200 naira, 250 mask. But I had books I bought once, 6,000.
Woo!
Once, I would tell my friends that I felt that they should lock me up in a bookshop.
Just lock
me in there and go home, leave me there.
Like Patutomi in the library.
Just leave me there. And so I gave myself over to reading, and I read. I would keep like 5 different topics of books on the bed.
That's how I sleep with books on my bed.
And I read one, I get bored, I drop it, pick a different topic entirely. So the brain kept taking it in. I had 3 Ghana must go full of books.
What were you doing then to buy the books?
Okada.
You were riding Okada.
I did Okada for 4 years.
And you were buying books.
I was buying books and reading, sir.
Field Ghana must go.
I became a PA to a pastor. I would call his name. Pastor Falade Guinka, Hemon City Church in Calabar, a mega in Calabar. I became his PA. Eventually, I left Pastor Falade after about a year and 6 months. Pastor Falade told me a couple of years down the line, Pastor Falade told me himself, he's now based in US, that 2 years he could not find my replacement. I'm a mega church. That for 2 years he could not find who to replace me.
A former Okada rider.
Yes, sir.
So what qualification did you eventually have?
I did sociology and I did some other courses, human resource courses and all of that. Eventually, I ended up pastoring in Winners Chapel Church.
From the Okada riding?
From the Okada riding. I kept developing myself. I gave myself over to endless self-development.
Endless
self-development.
Kaizen,
till
according
tomorrow.
to the Japanese.
Till tomorrow.
Progressive improvement.
Till tomorrow.
Never being ever satisfied.
Never.
Jesus Christ.
And so when I stumbled on your video and your testimony, and I'm like, this is my life. On my phone, I have over 1,500 audiobooks. I had to delete half of them to download your videos on my phone. But here, I had to empty, and I have large megabyte memory card. I had to empty my phone of those other audiobooks to have your video that I soak myself in every day.
Wow. You're making me feel important.
You have changed my life, sir.
Cool. Let's
and I'm so honored to meet you, sir. I'm so honored. I'm so honored and privileged of God.
Let's go to. So you now eventually lectured in a Bible school.
Yes, I lectured in Wobi Rajoba in Winners Chapel.
Wow.
Yes, I lectured in Wobi Rajoba and I pastored in Winners Chapel. By the grace of God, I was privileged to serve under in Canaan land for about 4 years. 2 years WSF pastor and 2 years full-time pastor.
Wow. This is getting more interesting.
True, sir.
Now, let's look at... women don't like me because of the way I advise men. How have I influenced your marriage from my videos?
You have not just influenced my marriage, you have turned my marriage right side up.
Akute.
Because one of the videos you made a statement that I couldn't sleep. That intelligent people don't stay married.
Wow.
That you need to be foolish.
Stupid.
To stay married. And you said you are happily stupid.
I've been stupid for that 38 years. This year makes it 39 years of postgraduate stupidity.
Thank you, sir.
Grandfather stupidity.
And I took those words to my heart. And I have peace in my home, sir.
You have peace.
I am a no-nonsense person.
Just like me.
A no-nonsense person to the core. But that video changed my whole life.
Gave you peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Don't worry about it.
I became more accommodating to my children. I could overlook certain things. Became more loving to my wife. And the issue of sex is not even a problem now and again. I can give myself mental orgasm and just be.
Mental, intellectual.
So whether Jericho is open or not,
Jerusalem or the Bermuda I
am fine. I am just good.
You don't derive happiness from somebody's body.
Sir, oh my, those were the words. Those were the exact words.
Derive happiness.
Those were the exact words.
Happiness has to be a native of your mind.
Thank you, sir. Those were the words.
Because the person you want happiness from is not satisfied with herself.
Those were the words that delivered me, sir.
So you live
the exact video.
You live beyond marriage.
The exact video. Find your relevance in something else, not in your marriage. Those were the exact words. And I found freedom. I found.
So does your wife watch my videos?
You know, there's this thing about pastor's wife. Oftentimes, not like you would say about your wife sometimes that your children don't even watch your video.
Yes.
Because of what I call bad familiarity.
Yes.
So when I first sent the video to her, and I kept asking, G, have you watched the video? No, I'm like, okay. But yesterday, my wife was the one asking me whether I have watched your latest video on your thoughts on the protest. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's catching up.
Okay.
Apokism is catching up.
Oh, my father. And so I have been so transformed.
Okay, tell me about, you wanted to come with a t-shirt.
Yes, sir. Yesterday, after I called you and you gave me the honor of coming to see you today, I was ironing a beautiful t-shirt to use, and I had this rugged torn jean.
Yes.
To just come casually, to just dress down. And I was ironing the t-shirt. I heard a voice said to me, if you were going to see the Lagos State governor, because I think you said about that the Ambode, what you know, it's cool.
I told you say worry.
Yes. I heard a voice said to me, if you're going to see Lagos State governor, will you dress like that? I said, oh my father. He said, your dressing reflects the value you've placed on who you're going to see. I said, Lord have mercy on me. Those are what I heard yesterday, sir. Your dressing reflects the value you have placed on who you're going to see.
I wouldn't have done a video with you with torn.
Oh, my Father in heaven.
I wouldn't. I sent Abraham to go and look at you first to make sure I was safe. And if not that you were dressed like this, you wouldn't come up here.
My Father in heaven.
Because value is reciprocal.
Absolutely, sir.
And every person treats you with halo effect.
Halo effect.
I will reflect on you based on the kind of person that dressed in a certain way. Before now. Nowadays, I have to dress. If I woke up, took my bath, dressed. Abraham said, are you going anywhere? Saying, so I'm expecting a visitor. Because we have not seen before now.
Absolutely, sir.
So, I placed value on myself. I never knew I was going to see Peter Okoye, P-Square. I never knew I was going to meet Maduka and all those. So I never knew the pilots in the plane I was to enter knew me as I was doing go.
Yeah, I want to read it.
I just realized that for every status,
yes, sir,
you need to correspondingly match it.
Thank you, sir.
It is not posing, but it is. In the Igbo say anya na-eri ihe tutu ọnụ na-eri. Say the eyes eat before the mouth eats.
Thank you.
Yoruba people say food when go belle full person na eye dem take dey look am. So now you don't pastor.
Yeah.
How do you manage?
Okay, I have 4 children.
Wow.
4 girls. I have 4 girls.
Beautiful.
Amazing, sir. Our eldest daughter is going to SS3 by next time. And so I remember when I was resigning from Living Faith Church, and I filled my exit form to show that I wasn't fired. I actually resigned, So, and I was crying in the office, in the HR office with Hannah. Her name then was Hannah, and she was like, "Okay, come on, we need you in Canaan land." And I'm like, no. God said to me that my training time is over. I need to move on. And I was crying.
But do you know, I got an inspiration.
Yes, sir.
When I visited Canaan land.
Yes, sir.
As I got there, years back, I was very broke as a pastor.
Yes, sir.
Got there with a woman from South Africa.
I watched that video.
So I raised up my hand.
And God said, drop your hands.
God said, drop your hands. Open your eyes. Learn the principles. Go home and replicate.
Thank you, sir.
And I opened my eyes. From the guest house in Gowon Estate to Canaan land,
yeah.
I observed everything, went home and replicated. I with all apologies, I have not read any of the David books. I only saw the project, saw the principles. The only difference is that I don't run a church. And I conceived the principles, internalized them, digested them, and bettered them in Ogilvy.
Amazing.
And beyond.
Amazing.
So you were resigning.
So I resigned, so I shut down the churches and all of that, and so I went into e-hailing business.
What is e-hailing?
E-hailing is what you want to call Uber, Bolt.
So how did you come about that concept?
The concept came. Now I know it is what you're preaching about. Which is what do you have in your heart that does sell value?
Of sale value. What service can you render?
Yes.
What problem can you solve? And Lagos has problems.
Yes.
And so there is wealth in the people.
Yes, there's wealth. I carried somebody someday, and the man said he was going to a Chinese company somewhere in Ikeja, Guinea. And the man said something that the Chinese man said to him. He said, Nigeria is so blessed that they can literally pick money on the street, but Nigerians are blind.
Kaboom!
A Chinese man said that. So I thought of what problem can I readily solve, and I had a car. I've always had cars. And so I said, okay, good. I can use my car and take people from one spot to the other and be rewarded somehow, which is what I have on my bio on the apps. And so I said, why not? Let me go on the app. And the money that I make on the e-hailing business, no organization has paid me that money ever before. The money I make in a Sunday covers my entire 1 month salary.
Cool. Wow. There's a passage that Pastor Mark Solomon
yes, sir.
Spoke from, I think it's Matthew chapter 20 verse 7, that there were people in the marketplace
yes, sir.
In the evening,
yes, sir.
When they asked them, why are you here? He said, we have not been hired.
Thank you, sir.
So instead of waiting for people to hire you, hire yourself and fire yourself.
No, I must say this, sir, for this record. When I left the other church I mentioned that I went to after I left Living Faith Church, and I didn't have a car. Things were very bad, things were very rough. I sold off my car and I was down to zero. But then a friend of mine spoke with somebody who had a car, a younger person to me, sir. The guy bought the car for 3 million and was going to give me for 6 million on hire purchase. My wife said, no. I said, I must take that car. I took the car on hire purchase for 6 million. It was insane. Everybody said, Michael, you're crazy. I said, I must provide for my family.
Crazy man needs.
I must provide. He that cannot provide for his house is worse than an infidel, and that is not me. So I took that car from, his name is Jude. I drove that car for 9 months, was not owing Jude a dime. Dropped the car and bought my Corolla.
Wow.
I was not owing him. I didn't come behind for a dime. He was even owing me on servicing 108,000.
Go borrow vessels. 2 Kings chapter 4. Borrow vessels from your neighbors. What they are not using, use it to multiply your oil. Jesus Christ.
And I bought my car. And that is how I've been able to take care of my family and to take care of my responsibility. And I watched your video on turning over money, multiplying the money,
mutating it.
Exactly. So recently, about last week, I sold off my Corolla for a certain amount, added some little money, and I bought 2 Camrys.
Wow, you have multiplied.
I've multiplied the money,
diversified it, increased the streams.
True. So now I'm giving out one of those Camrys on hire purchase and still using one.
Hell.
To still work, because, like you have said on your videos, I have given myself a certain age that I must resign.
Because you are a harsh father.
And have those, at least 12 of those cars running and bringing money to me daily. By your videos, sir.
The 100-hour rule.
So everything, yes, you spoke about what
don't call any person.
Okay.
The 100-hour
rule.
A day.
A day. And I sat down and I did my math. And I said, this is what I need to do. I need to deploy other people's time. And have them work for me, take care of their lives, while I can do other things with my time.
Wow. So you dress like this sometimes to carry people?
I do. So
you are an executive?
An executive, straight up.
Because if you are bigger than your business will be less than.
Thank you, sir. Those are your words in some of your videos.
And people pay you more?
I have more offliners than people that order with the app.
Wow.
There's a man that comes from Abuja. every other week, he calls me up. I go to meet him in his hotel somewhere around Agor here in Lagos, and then within 2, 3, 4 hours, he gives me nothing less than 40, 50,000.
Meanwhile, somebody is speaking English and writing on the blackboard.
40, 50,000. We thank you, sir.
So with this now, will you like to go and work in a bank?
Never. No. How much are they going to pay me?
You would want to go and or be a PA to a politician, SSA.
With all humility, sir. Where I last pastored, when I was leaving, I had the offer of naming my price.
Jesus Christ. So you are a man born from poverty. You are a man that rejected poverty.
Absolutely, sir.
Fought ignorance.
Just like you did, sir.
Fought discouragement. Refused to be normal. Be crazy and dare to walk alone.
Sir, there's nothing normal about. I am your direct protege.
You're an Apoki.
There's nothing normal about my life, sir. You can have my wife, sir. There's nothing normal from my marriage. When we were getting married, sir, when I sent my uncles to go and meet my father-in-law drove them out from the gate.
Oh.
That's how bad it was.
Somebody came here yesterday and did a video with me, my childhood friend. I've not met her for 40 years.
The woman, I watched it.
You watched it?
42 years.
When she came with my friend to visit us at Okere in the slums.
Yes, sir.
I don't think there's any place like Okere in the slums. There was no chair for us to sit down. So we sat outside. Because I said, no place to sit down. No. People will sit down for outside. But one thing is that I know my reality, but I don't accept it. I walk a new reality.
Absolutely, sir.
And I'm able to laugh at myself and laugh at you that is laughing at me. Because I know where I'm going.
Where are going to?
So what do you, in conclusion, what would you tell people?
I would tell people, find the right mentor and submit your big head under.
Big head.
Yes. And the reason why I'm using that word intentionally is because today's youth are so proud and arrogant. And they don't know jack.
They criticize what they don't understand.
Nothing. They don't know nothing. So I would advise young people, humble yourself and learn. And give yourself to knowledge.
Wow.
Knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
And then application.
And apply yourself to it.
And be humble enough to apply.
Then have integrity.
Integrity.
That's one thing that has glued me to you. And you kept saying, I don't do adultery.
Yes.
Those are your words. I don't do adultery.
I don't need it.
And the level of integrity that you talked about perceived value.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
I perceive that thou art a man, and the woman built a house and did that.
So those will be my words to the people.
For the young people.
To young people.
Thank you so much. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki, and this guy has wowed my brain. My brain is on fire.
Thank you
I have more value for what I'm doing.
Thank you so much.
I believe God that we are going to produce millionaires as God told me.
Absolutely.
Not the usual church pattern, but the practical pattern of investment, solving problems. And that's why we are running this seminar on the 2nd and on the 3rd of August by 7 p.m. Nigerian time, tagged Making Global Impact and purposeful living and becoming financially independent. It is good to get old with your wife, but don't be old and be broke with your wife. It's terrible. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Send a message to me on +234 7052 136763, and I will send you the flyer. God bless you. Thank you, sir, for coming.
Thank you so much.
Abasiri on
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.